May the words of my mouth and the meditations of all our hearts be always acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Distractions. Today's readings really got me to thinking about the many distractions of our lives. What do I mean by that? Well, first let me say that at our very best, we are in tune with life around us. We are in harmony, if you will, with the relationships that we have. We are in sync with the flow of our workplaces. We are aware of the health of our bodies as well as our emotions. We are at one with the essence of our very soul. In those moments, all is well with the world around us. In the reading from Exodus today, we see that Moses is up on the peak of Mount Sinai, communing with God and receiving the 10 Commandments. Sometimes when we are in that kind of moment, time is irrelevant and we may be unaware of those who might be waiting for us, either for just our presence or for handling a pressing matter with our sage advice. Like the people of Israel, who were waiting for Moses to come down from the mountain, we can get distracted during the waiting time. And of course, we know that the distraction of the people of Israel was while they were waiting for Moses, don't we? They turned to a god from the creation and imagination of their own mind and made the golden calf. Their intention was to worship this golden graven image as their new god, replacing the God of Moses. And even Aaron got caught up in the madness. They would even say that this is the God that brought us out of the land of Egypt. Well, definitely going in the wrong direction. What we learned from this story is that nothing good ever comes from rash decisions because we are unwilling to wait for the proper flow of our lives to run its course naturally. What's the expression? Don't force the income. My wife Yvette loves that expression. The distractions of our lives divert us from the very essence of who we really are as children of God and as human beings at peace and in harmony with creation. We must always remember ourselves, who we are, our character, our visions, our dreams, and the goals of our lives. And sometimes we forget who we are in the distractions of our lives. These distractions divert us from our path, and we will know when it happens because we will feel it in our spirit. We'll feel it in our bones, so to speak. We will have a troubled spirit. We will become anxious and even afraid. Sometimes the distractions are not even of our own doing. Others and outside influences can also upset the apple cart of our lives. Just look at what is happening in our world right now, especially in Israel and Palestine. The regular and somewhat harmonious activity of life has been disrupted by the violence and the destruction of war. Ukraine and Russia are still in this horrible way of living and dying as well. Innocent victims of this violence are dying now, every day, simply because they are in the place where this is all happening. Women, children, and seniors alike are paying the price with their lives for the political wars that are taking place. And not only there, but all over the world in many other places as well. How Can we stay true to the very essence of our lives when all hell is breaking loose all around us? Well, I think we have some clues in the rest of the scriptures for today. The psalmist admonishes us to remember our inheritance, the strength of our lineage, as well as who we are and where we came from, both past and thinking forward toward the future. We remember our covenant relationships with both God and with each other. We remember that God is the source of our life, of our energy, healing, and our restoration. The Apostle Paul reminds us to be gentle and kind. Let your gentleness and kindness be known to everyone, he says. And that means to both the good people in our lives and also the ones that we don't like as much. Paul goes on to say that if there is anything excellent and worthy of praise in our lives, then let it be the high values of our character. Character traits like truthfulness and honesty, honor and respect, justice, purity, and I might also add love, peacefulness, joy, and inclusivity. The gospel continues to speak to us of the distractions of our lives that may be keeping us from participating in the most significant events of our lives. Sometimes, because of the minutiae, we cannot see the bigger picture. So, people make excuses about why they cannot come to the wedding banquet. Well, I have to buy a cow or a piece of land. Oh, I have to go to work. Don't bother me now because I cannot come. What is it that we are missing in our lives because we just can't let something go that has had a hold of us for a long time? There are also some things in our lives or activities in our lives that we know are not good for us and really don't fit into where God sees us going, and we are afraid to let them go too. I know that it is hard, but there are some things that we just have to let go. Things like resentment, jealousy, pride, anger, harsh judgments. We need to let them go, and all the while forgive ourselves for our own participation in whatever breakdowns that have taken place in our lives. Believe me, if we don't, then the guilt of our shortcomings will eat us alive, and it will make us sick. Our spiritual growth depends on us letting things go that are no longer good for us, and also to be gentle with ourselves and forgive ourselves for letting them go. And sometimes, our letting go is letting go of people who have become toxic players in our lives, right? Hard to do, I know. So when we have become distracted by life, when we have become overwhelmed by life, let us turn to our loving God in Jesus in prayer. Let us remember what the Apostle Paul says. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will come to us. Amen? Amen.